All right, welcome to the relationship show. This woman writes this post. I know my fiance gives me compliments to make me feel better, but it's blatantly untrue statements and makes me feel worse. So yeah, that's totally the case. You have to be congruent with what you feel, because otherwise it's like you're not going to trick somebody or think you can fool somebody, or even if the intent is good, it's like it's going to be shown and it's going to come across as ingenuine, and she's going to feel that. So it's like, say what you mean, and if you come across as like flattery, ingenuine, I'm trying to find a word for it, but it's exactly that. It's ingenuine, and it rarely works. She says, I have been having some health issues, so I had to use a heating pad on my back and stomach, which ended up burning me pretty badly. So I have nasty heating pad marks that never faded, and I've also been kind of lazy because I'm just exhausted all the time. I used to do my hair and makeup frequently, which I don't have energy to do since I'm working from home anyway. Okay, and I have like the question on how long has this illness been there? How long have you not been taking care of yourself? Is there a direct correlation to that? How long's it been? What's the situation as far as your health? Is it like a serious thing we're talking about? She says, in parentheses, I was a straight up 10 out of 10 until 2 years ago. See, now we're getting into something that might be something more than just a health issue, or she's using the health issue to not take care of herself, or she's not feeling connected or attracted to her partner, or she's not feeling sexy. Oftentimes, when women don't feel sexy, don't feel good about themselves, they quit taking care of themselves. So one of the biggest things with women is getting guys, and really anyone's other women, to their attention. But if she doesn't get the attention, sometimes women give up and then stop taking care of themselves. And so it's very essential for guys to really appreciate what women do in a genuine way, not like what this guy's doing. I haven't yet seen the example that what he's doing, but his is just like flattery. You have to come from a place that is genuine and actually true. Most days are bad days. I've also started getting some hair thinning, which I'm super sensitive about. He has the same problem, so we both totally skirt around the issue entirely. I'm hairy everywhere else though, but can't muster energy to have smooth legs and armpits all the time, so I end up being hairy as fuck most days, which again, he doesn't comment on. Okay, but she's almost like expecting him to, because she's not taking care of herself. I know he loves me for my insides, not my outsides. Be careful on that. So women who think this often, well, a lot of times, like you'll see this with like online dating profiles. It's like they'll post a picture of them like 10 years ago when they were all in shape or whatever, and now they're out of shape and they look completely different. They change their hair color. And then they'll think like, oh, if I just get him on a date, then he'll like me just how I am for my insides, not my outsides. Women often think that. It's not the case with guys. So it's like guys are more visual oriented. They're attracted to visual things. And so visual does matter. It matters in long-term relationships as well. So when this happens, attraction usually drops. So when women don't take care of themselves, don't shave their armpits, legs, again, I don't know what medical conditions going through. I don't know your situation. You haven't given me details on that yet. I can't really say what's going on completely with your background. But I do know that if you start to be complacent with taking care of yourself or looking good, then that's going to affect the attraction in the relationship and is not a good thing. But I just want to look as good on the outside for him. Plus, he does so much more housework. I do laundry and folding and cleaning, and he does practically everything else when it comes to cooking and dishes and things. We are both white collar. I'm about 1.5 times higher and have a bit more ambition and future earning potential, which is only relevant for points below. Okay, so yeah, she's earning, 50% more than him. Sometimes that dynamic can cause problems. Not all the time, but sometimes, and actually very frequently, if the guy isn't making more than the woman, then it's just like it is what it is. But he often feels um, like he's not masculine, or he's not the one taking care of the family, or he's not as valuable, or he's not succeeding. So that's just, it is. I mean, again, it is what it is. It's like that's just seems to be a natural emotion that guys feel. And then often women feel too. Oftentimes women are attracted to guys that are more wealthy, that have more status, and they can even overlook like things like age just for that. Another thing to kind of that same principle is like a height thing. You'll often see women dating taller men instead of shorter men, my fiance, God bless him, goes out of his way to say comments like, "You are the most beautiful person I ever laid my eyes on." Yeah, okay, so now we're getting into his examples of what he's saying. So it's kind of generic. It's just a general thing, even though he's saying like the most beautiful person I've ever laid my eyes on. A little bit gooey, a little bit mushy. It's not specific. It's like when you want to compliment somebody, you want to like genuinely notice something that's amazing, that makes you feel amazing, and then comment on that, because that comes from, comes from your heart, really. And when that happens, it's really about, it's more truthful and more genuine. It makes her actually feel good, instead of just, oh, you're so sweet kind of deal. And when I express self-consciousness, he will say negative things about myself like, LOL, well, you are dating a dummy with no ambition. You're way more of a catch than me. Oh, man. So he's not displaying, and it seems like this could contribute to you not wanting to take care of yourself, because he's not acting like he's worthy, and he's acting like you're so great, even though his intent might be to make you feel good about yourself. Don't do that by degrading yourself and saying like, oh, I'm so down here and you're so up here. It's like people don't want to be put on these pedestals. And when you do, it just creates a more uncomfortable dynamic. I want to change this dialogue for both. Here you go. There's an example. She's saying it outright. I want to change this dialogue. She doesn't like it when he puts her on this pedestal. For both of us, first of all, I know it's not true that I'm as physically attractive as I was. Okay, so she was saying like she's not attractive, and he's saying, oh no, I'm the one who's not attractive, kind of thing. Even if to him I am emotionally, I'd like to change that, of course, meaning her looks, but I also don't really like the fake, you're the hottest person in the world, thing when it's so untrue. Secondly, I don't want him to put himself down in order to make him feel like he's building me up. I tried expressing this. He's got a good heart, but a bit emotionally clueless. Yeah. Don't put people on pedestals. They don't want to be there, And when you compliment somebody, compliment them on something specific. So notice things that they are like actually interested in, or something that they've been working on, or some like specific improvement. So say they're going to the gym more, and then you like notice like they have more definition in their arms or something. And so it's like, man, I just noticed you have that definition in your arms. So that's incredible. You're doing great, or something like that. But it's like more specific to pointing out what it is that you can see versus, oh, you're in really good shape now, Yeah, so those are just a few things that really can be improved as far as the situation in this relationship.